solid comeback after a deadly crash.
Yeah, he got late. He turned in too late. He got the tyres. Button leads the Grand Prix.
Unfair team orders and off-track controversies.
780 pages of Ferrari information were found.
F1 has seen it all. The sport, known for its high-speed thrills, has had its fair share of jaw-dropping moments throughout its long history. So, let's dive into the most what-the moments in F1 history. Some of them are on-track miracles, while others are off-track scandals that many fans don't know about. The Spygate scandal. It all started when Nigel Stepney, a former Ferrari employee, secretly handed over loads of confidential Ferrari documents to McLaren's chief designer, Mike Coughlin. These documents were packed with important details about Ferrari's car design and strategies, giving McLaren a potential edge over its rival. And you know what? Ferrari had absolutely no idea this betrayal was happening behind their backs. When the truth came out, it rocked the F1 world. Spying between teams was a serious violation of the sport's rules, and the FIA wasted no time investigating. They found that McLaren indeed had the Ferrari files, and the punishment was brutal.
In July, the FIA said they couldn't prove whether McLaren had gained or had benefited from that, but today they've decided that they have, and they fined them £50 million, docked their points from 2007's championship, withdrawn them from next year's championship as well, which makes it even more draconian.
McLaren lost all its Constructors' Championship points for the 2007 season and was slapped with a staggering fine of $100 million. And don't think for a minute that it stopped there. The McLaren drivers, Lewis Hamilton and Fernando Alonso, were banned from competing for the championship, even though they weren't personally involved in the scandal. Now, that's what makes you say, what the f, doesn't it? The Crashgate scandal. In 2008, F1 saw another scandal that left everyone speechless. It was a jaw-dropping case of intentional race manipulation by the Renault F1 team during the Singapore Grand Prix. Imagine this. Nelson Piquet Jr., a driver for Renault, was told by the team's higher-ups to crash on purpose at turn 17. Why? The goal was to bring out the safety car and tilt the odds in favor of his teammate, Fernando Alonso. Astonishingly, the plan worked. Piquet Jr.'s crash led to a safety car period that played perfectly into Alonso's strategy, helping him clinch the win. For a while, it seemed like Renault had gotten away with it, but the scheme was exposed in 2009 when Piquet Jr. revealed it after being dropped by the team. The FIA launched an investigation, uncovering the truth and finding Renault guilty. Although the team received a suspended ban, the fallout for individuals involved was severe. Team principal Flavio Briatore was handed a lifetime ban from FIA events, and executive director Pat Simmons received a 5-year ban. Now that's a true what the f moment, but we still have a lot more, and it just gets exciting. So keep watching. Brawn GP's unbelievable debut. What seemed almost impossible turned into one of the most shocking moments in Formula One history. Brawn GP, a team assembled in the 11th hour from the ashes of Honda's withdrawal, stunned everyone in the 2009 season opener. During preseason testing, whispers of their potential circulated, but no one could have predicted what actually happened in Melbourne. Jenson Button secured pole position, and alongside him, Rubens Barrichello locked out the front row. Button launched perfectly at the start of the race, but Barrichello wasn't so lucky. A chaotic opening lap saw him tangled in incidents and forced a battle from behind. Meanwhile, Button faced relentless pressure from Sebastian Vettel, who looked ready to snatch the victory. But the drama didn't stop there. A late collision between Sebastian Vettel and Robert Kubica changed everything.
There's going to be contact there, surely.
Oh, yes, there is. There goes Kubica, there goes Vettel. That's the last thing they needed to do. Vettel's lost his front wing, and Jenson Button will be romping clear now. Oh, there's Vettel. And it's Kubica gone as well.
Yeah.
Suddenly, Jenson Button's path to victory was wide open, and he didn't mess it up. Behind him, Rubens Barrichello, who had been caught in chaos earlier, kept fighting like a true warrior. Against all odds, he worked his way back through the field and amazingly finished in second place. It was an incredible 1-2 finish for Brawn GP in their very first race, leaving everyone stunned. Victory despite early collision. The 2011 Canadian Grand Prix was nothing short of legendary, and it kept fans on the edge of their seats for a hard stop in 4 hours, 4 minutes, and 39 seconds. Now, that's actually quite a long race. It was a day full of chaos, setbacks, and one of the greatest comebacks the sport's ever seen. Jenson Button's race began in disaster, with a collision involving his teammate and an agonizing 6 trips to the pit lane. At one point, he was dead last with 30 laps to go. For most drivers, this would have been the end, but not for Button. He fought with everything he had, overtaking car after car with unmatched determination. With the track still drenched after a torrential rainstorm that forced the race to pause earlier, Button found himself chasing down Sebastian Vettel in the final moments. And then, the unthinkable happened. Vettel made a critical mistake, sliding off the wet track just enough for Button to charge through and claim an epic victory. Against all odds, Button turned the nightmare start into a fairy tale ending, delivering one of the most iconic wins in F1 history. Spectators, especially Vettel's fans, couldn't believe what the just happened in front of their eyes. Ferrari's comeback sparks drama in Bahrain. During the opening race of the 2022 F1 season in Bahrain, the drama hit fever pitch. With brand new ground effect technical regulations shaking up the grid, fans were already on the edge of their seats. Ferrari's Charles Leclerc snatched pole position and delivered a nail-biting battle with Max Verstappen for the lead. But just when it looked like Verstappen might strike, disaster struck Red Bull.
We can see the issue, Max. It's not battery related.
What do you want me to do?
With only 3 laps to go, Verstappen was forced to retire due to a fuel pressure issue. If that wasn't shocking enough, his teammate Sergio Perez suffered exactly the same just 2 laps later, leaving the Red Bull crew stunned. Then what? Ferrari seized the moment, delivering a stunning 1-2 finish and marking themselves as the team to watch. Meanwhile, the once dominant Mercedes team was far from their best, struggling to keep up with the leaders. McLaren was having a hard time as they were struck near the back of the pack. Adding to the surprises, Nico Hülkenberg made an unexpected return to racing as he stepped in for Sebastian Vettel at Aston Martin. The season opener was full of twists and turns, leaving fans asking, what just happened? Chaos at the Japanese Grand Prix 2022. The Japanese Grand Prix was a roller coaster of confusion, drama, and shocking twists. Max Verstappen's road to being crowned a 2-time Formula One champion unfolded in the most bizarre circumstances imaginable. It all began with chaos on the first lap. Carlos Sainz's crash brought out the safety car, a red flag, and an inexplicable decision to send a tractor onto a live track.
We think.
Yeah, what is this tractor? What is this tractor on track?
What followed was a 2-hour wait before racing finally resumed. But if that wasn't strange enough, the end of the race reached new levels of unpredictability. Charles Leclerc dropped from 2nd to 3rd after a penalty, edging Verstappen closer to the championship. Yet, confusion reigned about whether full points or half points would be awarded due to the short and wet race. And then came the moment no one expected.
Charles got a 5-second penalty there after the little sort of race we had with Sergio, world champion.
Johnny Herbert announced that Verstappen was indeed the champion. Celebration turned to hesitation, questions of certainty, and Verstappen oddly sitting in a massive armchair alone as the news sank in.
I feel a bit lonely.
It was a surreal finish to an already chaotic weekend. So, these were the most what the moments in F1 history that had us all going,
What the is this?
They're the moments that make this sport so unpredictable and exciting, keeping fans on the edge of their seats. But besides these shocking what the F moments, there have also been many heartwarming moments in F1 that have touched our hearts. From acts of sportsmanship between rival drivers to emotional tributes and victories. There's a lot more that's happened. Let us know if you want a video on these topics. Smash that like button if you found the video informative. And don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon so we know you're a true Formula One fan.